Howdy everyone, Cub here. Welcome back to the Let's Play. And today, guys, we had a busy week. We went ahead and we did all last week. I was getting ready for things you might not know about Minecraft Part 6, hunting down facts for that, doing the recording for that, and also recording quite a bit of Hermitcraft, finishing up the Charged Creeper Farm, doing a bunch of live streams from Hermitcraft and stuff like that. But now we're back in the Let's Play world, and we're ready to get going on this gym. So let me get up to speed on what we did on the live stream on, I think, Wednesday, actually. So let's see down here. We got a bit of the yoga room done. So, yeah, got this all finished up. You see we got, some medicine balls in here. We got the aerobic steps right here. Some seating in the back so people can, sit in on classes. Got the mats down right here. And, yeah, we got the instructor right here. Of course, everything is mirrored, so it's exactly the same on this side as it is on the other side. And I think it's looking pretty good in this room. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Let's see. In here, we didn't do anything in here during the stream, I don't believe. We did put down some bikes here. So these are our bikes here. So you got the round wheels. You got your seat right here. Step on in, and you just bike right here. You have to sort of use your imagination on these, but I think overall they're pretty decent, yeah. So let me show you how to make one of these bikes real quick. It's fairly straightforward. So first thing you do is you just put down an armor stand with a leather cap and an iron chest plate. And then you dig down one block in the front, so you're going to place your front tire right here, which is going to be a chorus fruit flower, like that. Place down an armor stand on top of it. The chorus fruit flower is now going to basically grow up into the armor stand. And make sure you have some blocks around it like that. There we go. Beautiful. Now we need to put down the handlebars, which is just a fence gate here. You can see that if I open and close this, they're just fence gates. So to do that, we're going to need a piston. This piston's going to be up here facing downward. And then since you can't place fence gates still for some reason without a block underneath, actually got to get up here and place a block down like that. Then place your fence gate, then break that block. Get yourself a redstone block or a lever or something. And you want to go ahead and now place a redstone block there. That pushes your fence gate down, and then you just got to push this down until it reaches right above the chorus fruit, which has now grown into your armor stand. So let's just do that real quick. We just need one more, I think. And there we go. Nice. Yep, and yeah, you see the chorus fruit there has now died. So yeah, you can have it either dead like this, or this one is actually still alive. But either way, you want to make sure to fill in your floor like that. And you can get rid of these extra blocks up here, get rid of your redstone block, and you also need to make sure to push back your floor, because otherwise you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff down like this in your floor, so you don't want that. So you just take a piston and place it down right there, floor block in there, and then just power it once, and then push it down again. And then one more time, like that. Ta-da! Done. All right, there you go. And now you just open the handlebars, get rid of your piston and any other redstone stuffs. Make sure and grab all that. There we go. Okay. So there's our bike, guys. Very simple and very straightforward build. So yeah, I think this area is looking pretty good. There is some Z fighting down here, which is kind of crazy. Although you can think of that as like the electricity on the bike, that's shorting out or something, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like these bikes. I really like this cobblestone bike as well. But yeah, this is like the biking room, I guess. So that's that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Pretty much what we did on the stream. We also thought about putting a lap counter over here where this tripwire is. So basically the idea is every time we'd go over this tripwire, we'd count a lap. So I think that's the first thing we're going to tackle this episode. We're going to make a lap counter here. And so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dig in a little bit here and make some redstone, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Alright guys, so to make this lap counter, basically what I want is I want this thing to be able to count up to 15 laps of you running around this track. So every time you make one lap, so we're just going to make a lap right here, this would count as 1 once you get to this point, and then as you go around again, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So this is a sequential counter, but I don't want it to be just any sequential counter. I want it to be like basically displayed right next to the track right here, so you can easily see it like as you're running past what your lap count is essentially. So I'm gonna go ahead and move back this this tripwire here. So we're gonna go ahead and place this down right here, I think. Yeah, it seems like a good spot for it right there. Tripwire there, and then string right in the center right there. Perfect. So every time you cross that, it should add another lamp, which is actually going to go right here. And I need a a silk touch pick, which I hope to have over here. Nope. Here we go. Yeah, this is pickaxe of notch. Here we go. So we're going to take out these sea lanterns. We're going to replace these with actual lamps. And so let's see. We got one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this will be the last lamp right here. And we're actually going to need to craft up a few more, so let's just hop over here and do that. So we'll just put 2 in there, grab our redstone, put that around like that, and there we go. Perfect. 15 redstone lamps, ready to go. So place these all down like this, and so they'll light up in order basically. And so we had to move this back because essentially if we went to 15 here, it would have been in the wall. The last lamp would have been in the wall. We could have like had it curve around this, but nah. Okay, so next step, I think we have to do the wiring underneath these lamps. So guys, the first thing we're going to do with these lamps here, we're going to actually make a 2-high torch tower so that all these lamps are on like this. And can I get that last one down there? No, I have to jump for it. There we go. Got it. Okay, and we'll just extend this down here. Place the rest of the torches down like that. There we are. So basically our input's going to be right here. So we don't want this to interfere, so I don't think it will at this point. Especially with these sea lanterns not conducting redstone. So then we just have to do the same thing, except further down, to make sure that these are off by default. So we'll just go ahead and, get in here, take out all these blocks, like so. And of course we're using stone bricks for the redstone, because that's probably the best to use, so we know where our redstone is at. And so we'll just place down torches like that, so that inverts all these lights, turns them all off. Very nice. Alright, and then we just need a bit of stone brick down here as well. So this is actually what is going to power these torches. And we're probably gonna get pretty dark in here. We just put in another torch or 2. There we go. So yeah, we'll just put in another row of stone brick, because we're going to need redstone all along here, and this redstone is going to be some repeaters. Repeater there, repeater there, repeater there, and actually I'm going to make these all repeaters just for the heck of it right now. Might come back and make some of these redstone, but for right now we're just going to leave them all as repeaters. So these will basically be what powers the lamps on and off. And so just a slight correction here, guys. I went ahead and actually placed down the redstone lamps incorrectly. We actually have to offset this by 1 block, because basically the way redstone lamps work, if we didn't do that, this torch would power both this lamp and this lamp as the first one. So by offsetting it by 1, just by putting a block here, it ensures we only get 1 lamp per signal strength increase. So yeah, we'll just do that. And then this last one here, the 15th one, does not actually need any extra power, basically. So yeah. Just be aware of that. And yeah, you see we went ahead and put down 2 rows of torches just to invert it and make sure that the lamps are off by default. Now we're just going to go ahead and place down a whole line of blocks just like that. And we're going to need a little bit of redstone here. We're going to run redstone right across the top of this. Alright guys, so now is where things get interesting, because now we actually make the thing that makes this whole thing work. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 chests. We're going to place 1 chest here, and then we're going to place 1 chest, I think it's going to end up being like over here somewhere. So we'll just keep this 1 chest down for now. But basically what we need this chest to output as signal strength. We'll put 1 single item into this chest. So we'll put 1 sand into that chest. we'll have a repeater, or not a repeater, a comparator here on subtraction mode. And so what this is going to do, this is going to basically take this input, whatever this is in terms of signal strength. So say it's 15, it'll subtract 1. And that's going to go into a redstone dust right here, which is going to lead into a comparator right there, which is going to subtract this again from a signal strength of, right here, of 15. And then we're going to have another one right here that's going to subtract from the chest on this side. And then we'll have that going into yet another comparator on subtraction mode right there, which is going to ultimately subtract from 15, like that. So now, let's see, what we need is we need basically an input to tell this to not constantly be on. So if we did something like this, so I'm just going to go ahead and get in here, and we're going to make an input below this, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a little torch tower right here. So this repeater is now locking this comparator. Unfortunately, it's a bug that's still in the game, that the comparator doesn't show like a locked texture. You'll see if I get rid of this. Shows, well, I guess you could, yeah, well, yeah, not really. It doesn't really show it. But yeah, it actually is locked, so you see it's not outputting a signal there anymore once I put that block there. So yeah, that is what we want, and this torch down here will be hooked up to our input. So let's just go ahead and put that back. Then over here, we need basically the same thing as on this side. So we're going to need a comparator right here, need a repeater right here, and then of course the same thing here, block there, torch, and a block. And then of course we need our chest. It's going to go right here with a single item in it. So let's just put in this gravel. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that is the top bit of our sequential counter done. Now we have to worry about the torches underneath this, so I'm actually going to have to dig down here. So let me dig down here, and we'll hook up the bottom bit. So we have to be a little bit careful here, because we're actually running into one of the bathrooms here on the lower level of the gym. But for this bottom bit, we're just basically going to do this. So we're going to have two comparators leading into the blocks here. These are this block and this block are where our torches are. So two comparators leading in there on subtraction mode. And basically we're going to make something that limits the pulse from our tripwire. Because if it's too long of a pulse, then yeah, then it basically doesn't work. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have, let's see, we'll have redstone right here. We're going to have repeaters on 3 ticks and 3 ticks right there. And then we're going to have some more, let's see, we're going to have more dust on the side here, I believe. Right there and right here. So let's just get some more dust. There we go. And then, of course, we place down our blocks. We'll put our buttons on that for now, just to demonstrate how it works. So now we should have a working system, but I can't see I can't see anything right now. So let's just jump up here. Okay, so let's see what happens when we hit this button here. Nothing. Okay, so this is the subtraction. This one should be the addition then. Yeah, there we go. So there's our first lamp. That would be 1 lamp completed. 2 lamps completed. Hopefully you can see this here. Let me get up here. So 2 lamps are on. Hit the button again. 3 lamps. Hit the button again. 4, 5, etc. And if I hit the other button, can I reach it? Goes down. So now it's at 4. Hit the far one there. 3. Yeah, this is what we want to see. 2. And 1. And then back to 0. Alright, sweet. So it's working. So let me try to explain how this works to you guys. So basically, it's quite simple, but yeah, it just looks really complex. So essentially what's happening here is everything starts with 15 power signal at this redstone torch. And then the comparators just act like they normally do. So for instance, let me just walk you through this. So we have a power level of 15 here. So this comparator has a level of 15. It's in subtraction mode since this front bit here is elevated like that. So it's taking this signal strength of 15, subtracting it from whatever value is here on the side. Right now this dust is off, so it has a power level of 0. So it's taking 15 minus 0, and it outputs 15 to this next comparator. This comparator is also in subtraction mode, so it takes its power level of 15, subtracts it from 0, since this is being locked This comparator is being locked by this, this repeater here. And it takes 15 minus 0, still 15. So it outputs that to this comparator. Now this comparator has a different orientation. So the back value on this one is 15, because there's a torch there. And the side value is also 15. So it takes 15 minus 15, outputs nothing. So that is how that works. So it's outputting 0 signal strength, and then of course this one also has 0 signal strength, since there's nothing behind it, and it's getting nothing from the side. Now if I hit this button down here, this button will actually turn off a torch beneath this block temporarily. What that means is this repeater is going to unpower, which allows this comparator to output a signal strength of 1 from this chest, since it has 1 item in it. It outputs a signal strength of 1, which means that the 15 that this comparator is getting from this torch now becomes 14. And so suddenly with this comparator, you're getting an output of 14 from this comparator, and you have 15 behind you. So 15 minus the 14 on the side gives you an output of 1. So that is how that works. Just making sure it's not night. So if I hit this button, we should see a signal strength of 1 come in here. And then basically this powers the torch tower, which will turn on the first lamp. So let's just see this. Hit that. There's our first lamp. So everything happened just like that. And now you see we have a signal strength of 1 right here. You can see on the right side there's power level 1. If I hit this again, the exact same process happens, except since you now see that this redstone dust here is now powering this comparator, this now has a power level of 1, as you can see on the right hand side, which means this now outputs a signal strength of 15 minus 1 is 14, so this has now 14. And if I hit the button again, this will now turn from 14, subtract 1 more from this chest via this comparator, since this will turn off, and then we'll have 13 coming into the side. And 15 minus 13 is 2. So when I hit the button again, we got 2, and 2 lamps are lit up right up there. And so that is basically how it works. The exact same process happens on the other button, which controls this block, the torch underneath this block. So for instance, if I hit that button, just exactly the opposite happens. It just goes down 1, because basically this comparator sees it's being subtracted, so it'll take 2 minus the 1 in this chest, and yeah, basically reduces the power level by 1. So hit that, and you see that happen right there. So now it's down to 1. If we do the same thing happens again. Now it's down to 0. Nice. So really the only thing we have left to do, whoops, is fall into the bathroom. Hooray! No, the only thing we have left to do is to hook this button and this button up to the input from the tripwire. So we're going to put basically a comparator, or no, a repeater going into here that goes to the tripwire. That's going to count up, and we might put a lever that goes into here. So yeah, that's all we basically have to do now. So pretty straightforward, and then we'll test it out. Alright guys, let's go ahead and try this out here. So let's just run through this. Should activate this and see the first lamp come on. There we go. Second lamp across the second time. Third lamp the third time. So idea is you run around and this counts for you. And then if we come over here, we can flick this lever now, and this should clear all the laps. So this is how you clear your laps. Very nice. Awesome. And then if we go over it again, it starts counting it once again. So that's pretty cool, right? Like you see all your laps here from 1 to 15, but you know what would be even cooler? So if we had a little something extra that you guys requested last time once we hit 15. So let me go ahead and add that real quick, and I'll show you what we got. Alright guys. Here we go. 15 laps. Lap number 1. There we go. Okay. Lights lighting up. Here we go. 15 laps. Here we go. Whew. Whew. Oh man, struggling coming into the final lap here. All right, one more to go. Breathe. All right, listen for it, guys. Listen for it. Anybody? That's right, guys. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Nice. So we have another one bites the dust that plays on a continuous loop until you clear out your, lap count. And then, yeah, so basically, yeah, you guys saw how it works. It just counts up by 1 each time you cross this point, and then you clear it with this. So, yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. I like it. Another one bites the dust. So, thank you guys who left that as a suggestion last time. I had probably about 20 or 30 comments saying, add another one bites the dust, add another one bites the dust. And so, yet another suggestion bites the dust. Alright guys, so unfortunately that is all for me today, but very happy with the bike and the new lap counter we got. And yeah, I was sort of like singing along to Another One Bites the Dust, and suddenly it popped into my head that there should be a Minecraft version of this called A Little More Redstone Dust. I think that's pretty appropriate for this world. I think it fits pretty well. A little more redstone dust. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, definitely fits the theme. And another one down, and another one down. A little more redstone dust. Hey, I'll repeat that too. Okay, I'm getting carried away. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.